Hi, good morning. This is Mark. All right, we were in a live trade here in the trade on the retirement plan here. Looks like she just ran up to $900. So retirement plan just took its first trade right out of the gate here at 9:30. Actually 9:28. Retirement plan took its first trade of the day at 9:28. Looks like we got in at 18,002. Awesome. All right. Good morning. Great. Having good outing so far. Retirement plan jumped out with a winner right away.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled.
All right, great. Got these new strategies up and running. Hopefully, you guys out there have yours up and running too. If you do, let me know in the chat. If you have the new strategies on your computer, put yes or no if you would, please. All right, Charles. Charles hooked everybody up over the weekend, loaded over 20 clients' PCs. Thank you, Charles. Rory did about, I think, 10. Today, Brock and Charles are doing a few, and we've got Rory, I think he said he had 9 set up for today. So getting everybody all set up with these new strategies. We had the retirement plan jump out of the gate right away, knocked out a full winner here. The retirement plan caught this. Actually, let me change it to a 2-minute chart. Oh, wow. The retirement plan caught this one right here and jumped in, and it ran it right up to the top right there to 18,047. Great $900 trade.
Order filled. Order submitted.
All right, Rue, good morning. Let's go. We got some strategies cranking already. We've got a couple, a GC right here, Signal B AI drone is coming in second right here. It's got a couple of good trades it's in.
Filled.
Got one going on the YM too. So the YM's new, just released. So it's probably the first time you guys get to trade yours. All right, Nikki, good morning.
Order filled.
Yeah, let me know if you guys were able to get your strategies updated over the weekend with these new strategies that we've got. Want to try to help each other with these settings. If we see anything good here, or you guys see something, let me know too, and we'll take a look at it with the spreadsheet and see if it makes sense. All right, got the haymaker cranking real quick. Okay, hold up. NQ30 range haymaker. NQ30 range haymaker. What does this say? NQ30 range haymaker. Oh, wrong one. I have a lot of accounts here today. I need to delete all these ones that say sim in front. Now that we've cracked the code to NinjaTrader, we now can get rid of the sim. So the program that Sergio sent out, none of our accounts will say sim in the front of them anymore. They will once you create one new on your own though. Like if you go right click and create an account, it'll still say sim. But the ones that we've developed, we don't say sim anymore. So it's NQ30 range haymaker. Here we go. All right, great. This trade's on right now. Looks like it's trying to go for a short. I've got a feeling that we're gonna have a long day in store for us. So we'll see if this one We've got it breaking even at 11 ticks, so if it gets to a $50, we'll still go ahead and take this off the table. This one's running the NQ30 range. I want to get some Apex accounts set up. I want to see if you guys are trading them too, and see if we can collaborate on which ones to put to work today. Look like the NQ 2 minute's going to be one that's on my list already. And then this one's the hottest one that we've got. This one right here, this 30 range Signal A, been the best strategy we've had for the last month. It's probably ran up about, I'll show you the trade performance in a few minutes. I don't want to guess, but I think it's around $10,000 over last month. Now it takes some losing days. It took some $1,000 losing days, so that's one thing to always consider when you're trading. That these things will lose $1,000 a day, but they'll win $2,000 too. So the way we've got them set up with the profit and loss kind of gives you an advantage to take a hit here and there and still make out like a bandit. Hey Rue, yeah, we've got these for sale. We have a website. You're welcome to go check it out. RightLineTrading.com. We have this software. This is our fully automated futures trading software. We also have some discretionary trading systems available. So you can check us out at RightLineTrading.com. I think it's in the notes below the video. All right, so the haymaker's down a little bit this morning. Must have had a few trades before that little one right there. All right, Carlos, good morning. Okay, yes, so that's a pretty common error that I get as well, Carlos. It's basically what it boils down to, and as far as I understand it, we don't have any control over that one. What's happening there is the price is trying to change to where the stop is trying to change below where actually price is already. So it's like an invalid move. What we're doing in the software is saying, okay, we get that. Now then we're going to move a couple ticks away from price so you can still get that contract sold. So it's really, they call them informative messages, but they are annoying, so we just hit okay, and then they kind of go away. Hopefully it's not a real nuisance. If you don't mind, tell me how many times you have to hit okay on it. When I was testing the software, I was getting some that were like over 100 okays, and I think we've got that resolved. But just let me know if it's that again. All right, sometimes this Signal A can get chopped up a little bit here when the price just relaxes a little bit, the leg gear kind of wanes a little bit, and then it jumps back into the direction. So we'll kind of keep our eye on that.
Order submitted.
Okay, so he had that problem 4 times with the RTY and twice now with the NQ. Yeah, let's keep that in front of us. If we see that this is a nuisance, we'll have Sergio take a look and see if there's more to it.
Order filled.
Yeah, thanks,
Order
Charles.
submitted.
Yeah, it does. It really happens much more at like 9:30 exactly, when prices are moving significantly, and we're trying to submit the orders on a flying market. That's always when it happens with me too.
Order filled.
All right, super. So we've got the haymakers down 400, got the retirement plan up 900. Cash cow looks like it's at 90. Cash register hasn't had a trade yet, I don't believe. Yeah, no trades yet for the had the wrong instrument selected here. ES 5-minute cash register. Yeah, that one's down, or hasn't traded yet today. Doesn't look like I've had a trade on the black gold either. Carlos, are you trading the GC today on the Apex? We'll bring open a GC here and see what's going on over there. Looks like the gold nugget took one loss so far today. Yeah, it's actually in this trade right now trying to go long.
Order submitted.
Okay, looks like the bot came out with a win here.
Order submitted.
NQ30 range, AI bot, signal A.
Order filled. Order submitted.
Yeah, I'll be able to show you guys a little bit about the drone and the bot today too, which will be cool. It's something we've been working on for a while and just released it over the weekend. So the bot now takes the trade performance from the drone that we have flying and use that data to set its stops and targets. So it'll start, drifting more and more as we collect more data away from the drone, trying to predict the best stops and targets for the next trade. Thanks, Stephen. Appreciate it. Yeah, so we've got this strategy right here. This one's the NQ30 range signal A, and again, this one's the bot. So it's got different stops and targets from the drone. The drone's been handing it data to kind of give it some guidance of where to put the stops and targets based on the last trades. So we're running it through a AI model. So we've got it going out to a database through SQLite. And then we're processing that data through an AI model that I've had developed, and then bringing back the new predicted stops and targets on the bots. So we've got a drone and a bot, and they're like a pair. The bot uses the data from the drone to go ahead and try to get itself set up for the next trade. So this one's hoping for 17,996 on the NQ 30 range chart. For discretionary traders, these crosses are awesome. It's like it's spoon feeding, which is awesome. I couldn't wait to get those on the chart because charts are messy and I never knew where to take a trade, but now it's pretty intuitive for me. If I see a cross jump on there, I tend to take a discretionary trade and just try to trust the data analysis going on behind the scenes. And it doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. In that case, it would have been a heck of a run to take that trade with the bot right there. So looks like the NQ30 range signal AI bot jumped out in good shape this morning. My day got started a little bit slower. I was kind of getting around 8 o'clock and then turned everything on around 8:30. So that was kind of my start point this morning. So we've got quite a few of them doing well this morning. We got that retirement plan jumped in again. So the retirement plan, let me get these crosses set up for us here on this chart. So this is an NQ 2-minute. And we'll go ahead and kind of show you about those crosses and how we get those things to work. So this trigger right here is also what I call a signal A. It's when this indicator down here, we call it the RLT, modified Laguerre. It's a Laguerre signal that we've modified internally and given it a little more criteria. But when this blue line crosses that green threshold right there, we send the trigger to the robot to go ahead and take that trade. Let's go ahead and go to the indicators. And it's a fully flexible system, so you guys, if you want to, jump on and kind of your own trade setup, you can build that right here behind the scenes and get yourself in a position to to set up a, we call it an ATM machine. You'll build your own ATM machine, because literally you get to set it up however you want, and push go, and the thing will do its thing for you. So I just set that criteria up to go ahead and take this cross and put it on the chart when the signal passed the 80 right there. So that's kind of how we can get those things to work. And if you're a discretionary trader, you just when you see the cross, you hit the boom button right here, the buy or sell market, or buy or sell ask, or I'm sorry, buy ask, sell ask, whatever one you prefer. I tend to jump right on the market because I don't like to wait. I'm impatient. But a lot of people do, ask. All right, retirement plan is cranking this morning. Had a heck of a week last week too. Great. Woo, things at $1,800 already. It's not even 10 yet. We've got it tapping out at $2,000. So if it hits $2,000, it's out for the day, and stops trading. So we've got number one, number two. No, this one isn't number two. This one's, okay, so we've got another 2 minute. The drone looks like it's coming in second, along with the bot. I'm sorry, 30 range drone also. There's the bot right there. So yeah, the new release over the weekend, hopefully going well for you as well. We've got now 33 strategies. I know that sounds like a lot, but we've got a bot and a drone that are paired up, and now we can kind of watch them trade. And I'm going to show you here in a few minutes. I'm going to put some on an Apex account, and we'll just kind of take the ones that are trading the best and put them to work. So looks like it's obvious that the retirement plan will go on an account, and see if we can move that to payday today.
Order submitted.
From you guys watching, if you don't mind, did you get the upgrade over the weekend? Yes or no?
Order.
Let me know in the chat there. I was mentioning earlier, Charles did like 20 over the weekend. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate that. Rory did around 10, and Brock and Sergio have done a couple and are doing a couple more today. So hopefully you got your machines all set up. Yeah, no kidding. Thank you, Stefan. Appreciate that. Appreciate my team. Got a high-performing team. Got super lucky here. Super lucky. We hope we're making everybody money. That's our goal every day, is to try to help everybody make money. So that's our goal. Make our own and make everybody money. Okay, good. Hey, Stefan, tell me which one is your best strategy so far today. Is your retirement plan cranking too? All right, Charles, get another shout out. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Super guy. I want to get these set up before 10 o'clock goes, so I can get in on the rush to the elevator. So we'll get some going on the Apex accounts. I did have quite a few going last week, but obviously with the new upgrade, this is what we call the R&D machine. This is the one that we do R&D on, and then above this I've got a client machine, and then we have a VPS, a server also. So kind of got three setups, sort of my own. But then we've got Sergio has a couple, Rory has one, and Charles has one, and Brock has one. So that's kind of the lay of the land. But we all run these strategies, and I did have some accounts set up before we uploaded this machine, but we'll create them again today. So I believe, and I can bring it up in a second, but I believe Apex is running those 90% off again, which is a heck of a deal. For the $100,000 static account, I think I'm paying like $18 or something. Okay, let's do this. So to get an account set up on an Apex account or a prop account, you just right click in this control center. Let me do it over here. Yeah, you right click in the control center. You add a simulation account. Oh no, sorry, gotta go into strategy. So I kind of bounce between these two tabs down here, strategies and accounts. They both tell you about the same thing. This one here will tell you what it is with commissions out of it. So that one has the commissions taken out of the trades. This one, let's go see. No, same number. So commissions are out of the trades on both of them. This one, I guess the difference that I noticed is when you uncheck it and then recheck it later in the day, it starts from 0. Whereas this one doesn't reset the account balance until the day is over. So for the session. So the sessions run from 5,
Order submitted.
I think it's from 5 o'clock. No, it's 6 o'clock p.m. around the clock till 5 o'clock the next day. So there's an hour of downtime between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. So anyway, it resets here once a day during that time. And here we'll reset if you uncheck the box here of enable. So to create a new strategy and sort of put it on an Apex account, there's a few different ways to do it, but I usually right click somewhere in the strategies control center area and do a new strategy. And again, I have a little bit of a different framework here because this is again like an R&D computer, so there's a little different framework over here, but it's the same AutoTrader P that you would select here. We're going to go ahead and load that retirement plan. And this is the fewest strategies I've ever had on a computer, so this is awesome. But it's the NQ 2-minute retirement plan that I want to run because it's cranking today. So why wouldn't I? It's time to put it to work. So I'm just going to leave everything alone up here because those are all the settings that we've put in place that seem to be working for us. This is one thing that I would want to consider taking a look at. Again, these are $100,000 static drawdown accounts, so they can go down to 625 in the hole. So I'm not going to mess with it. I want them just to either tap out or make the profit target. So I'll just leave that one alone. Again, this is the signal that enters the trade. This is what we call the trade management. So we're buying one contract. It's going to stop out at 46 ticks, and it's going to make its profit target at 180 ticks. We do a break even if once we buy, it goes from 0 to 80 ticks, so $400. At $400, we're going to move our stop from a negative 46 up to a positive 11. So we'll seal in $55. Now you don't get the full 55 because the house gets the $4.12 for you to make that trade. So we'll end up with, if it gets to the 11 ticks, we'll end up with $50.82 is what that shakes out. So that's kind of the trade management. Now, to get it set up on my account, I'll go here and then go grab one to trade. And in the account, the one that I'm kind of thinking is probably, we'll go with this one. And what I'll do is I'll use this one on a trade copier. So I'll now take number 332, use it as my leader account on a trade copier, and then set up some followers behind it. So we'll go ahead and get this one set up at number 332, the retirement plan. Just so you know, another way to do this is really just use the retirement plan and set the trade copier up to trade off the retirement plan, and just use the Apex numbers as your followers. So, but we'll set this one up like this so it's easy to see on the chart. We can then pick number 332, and you'll be able to see it on the chart trading. So it'll be the retirement plan. Everything else is good. And now kind of just go find which one wasn't selected and just kind of make sure. I always tend to look at the instrument and the data series to make sure that everything is correct. I think the instrument tends to like float around. What I mean by that is maybe the last time you set up a strategy, it was selected on a YM, for example, so it'll come through. You'll open up that saved parameter set, but the instrument doesn't come back with it. So always know that you want to maybe check your instrument that's trading there. So boom, just enable that guy, and now it's supposed to and does is when the retirement plan jumps in for a trade, this strategy with this trade in this Apex account will jump in also. So that's how we would set up an Apex account to trade on the AutoTrader. If I would have been, earlier this morning, we potentially could have had the $1,800 in this account this morning if we would have turned it on with it on there. So let's see what else is doing good so far this morning. Looks like the 2 minutes are the ones kind of leading the way, the retirement plan and the other ones. Carlos or Stefan, either one or anybody else out there, is your retirement plan up big too, or did you take a hit? Is your guys' up at around the value minus? I know I put out the numbers last week, and a couple people were saying that theirs were quite a bit different. So I wanted to kind of keep that in front of us today to just share when this one got in, when yours got in, and see if we can learn anything from entries. Yeah, I will say it was a little strange that this one took its first trade so late. I think I'm enabling it, I believe, at 9 o'clock. And I guess it didn't get any signals. No, it didn't. So the crosses are where it would be taking the trades. And this cross happened at below 850, so it must have been around 848 when this trigger came true. And then the second one was right here. So maybe that was its first trade. So the retirement plan caught this long trade here, went up and got that one, and then it sensed this short coming down. It jumped in right here at this little purple diamond. Not sure if you can see that very well, but it was at 18,019. Okay, we got new homes sales coming out. So the auto trader loves anything that moves the market. It's a lot of people ask me in the chat and Discord if do we shut off the auto trader when like FMOC news comes out or anything like that? And I say no. I've had my best day trading ever when we've had live news, major news. So I tend to want to be trading during the action. Okay, Carlos, 1,800. Woo! Party day. Yes. Also 1,800. Way to go, Stefan. That's awesome. No, I mean, I trade this thing like crazy, and going live, I've been so excited about it because we get to share that with everybody, and you guys get to, see there's no fancy footwork going on here. It's just trading. It just does its thing, and it'll lose money, trust me, but it makes a heck of a lot of money, and it's easy to do. This is the easiest trading I've ever done. That's all I can say. Before, when I manually trade, man, my shoulders get tight, my neck gets tight. Ooh, it's a stress cooker. This thing's piece of cake. The only thing on this one that I don't like is I always wish I would have, like we said this morning, I wish I would have had it on the Apex. I could have been up 1,800. It's always looking in the rearview mirror of what, could have been. But All we can do is learn from what's doing good and
Order submitted.
try to follow it.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled.
Yeah, I don't know, Carlos. I mean, like I said, I don't know if changing the strategies to start after news is good or not. I've had good luck with news. That's what I know. Um, these things can fly in and fly out. Where manual trading, you don't just have that, stamina to jump in and out. Where this thing can, in milliseconds, jump in the trade and jump out when it's supposed to. So, it's designed for fast-paced action. It'll win every time over a person on a fast-paced action move. So that's what I've noticed when I've been trading it. I also have a $300,000 account that I was trading on. I think I had our 7 named strategies on it. I want to set that one back up too. So want to just kind of go through that too, of getting that one set up. So I'm going to add another wrong tab again. All right. Hold on. Was there one enabled? Okay, they're all enabled. I'm gonna switch in this this one without my video, and we can see the scoreboard here better. So far, this one I've got. It looks like the Dow Diamond is doing okay already this morning. This one's a really new strategy. Last week, week before maybe.
Order filled. Order filled.
Looks like it's at 291 plus. It's in this good trade right now. It's up a little bit. We'll see if it can make it in our direction.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Okay, the haymaker brought itself back to even, it looks like. And it's in a trade now. Let's check this one out. This one's my favorite one to discretionary trade right here. Our haymaker. This one runs on the 30 range, signal A. Again, I've got a ton of accounts here. I need to go delete all. I can't delete them. Need to get rid of a lot of sim accounts that I've got. Right here. Okay, so let me fix these. Signal A. I think we're at 40. Okay, it jumped in back here. It's been in this trade for a little bit now. So it jumped in back here at 17,987. Oh, wow. Handled that little bit of a pullback back here. Got a couple of ticks away from taking it out.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Hovering around that 18,000 again today. Yeah, totally agree, Stefan, that we can help each other by sharing information. So definitely, this is going to help us, communicate a little bit better of what's really happening right now and what direction to go in. So I'm going to put this one on my account too. This one's pretty hot strategy. Again, try to use the same settings to get this one going. Um, right now, not using the AI like that, Stefan. Right now, we're really just using the trade management from the drone. The next phase, so I got a team of AI developers, and
Order submitted.
in this last project, really just wanted to kind of keep it simple. Was the first thing that I wanted, is so that we could launch something, an AI model, and we were already optimizing
Order
the
submitted.
strategies by using the trade management. So it was something that I could explain to somebody and ask them to develop for us. And then at the end of our meeting, when they had the project sort of completed, I said, where do we go from here? If you guys had a blank slate, where would you take us? And
Order filled.
they mentioned this thing called deep learning
Order submitted.
and trying to uh, use pattern recognition. So that's where we're headed next, is to pattern recognition, and that would then help us, in my mind, start to sense, direction, so that we could, because we have a setting that we just released, where you can just click all long trades or all short trades. So that puts you in a really nice position if we did have, pattern recognition, then to, just easily help us know whether we should take all long trades or all short trades, for example.
Filled.
Even unfortunately, even if your market is going up and you're taking only long trades, you still can lose. But it would help us a ton. So that's where we're heading now.
Order submitted.
I told the team, like, give me a week or so to see how this one goes, and then we'll meet with them again and start our journey down pattern recognition road. Um, Awesome. Carlos's retirement plan stopped out. It's relaxing at the beach.
Filled.
That's awesome. Oh, so did this one. Woo! Awesome. Man, can you guys imagine making $2,000 a day? Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, I had to go live because this is too, you try to tell the story in a presentation or something, and it doesn't go over because you don't trust it. But when you see it and do it yourself, you're like, wow, okay, maybe it works. Do it the next day and you're like, okay, shit, maybe this thing really does work. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's make some money today. So let's get our account set up. Okay, so I had that one on the retirement plan. Let's go check it out. Okay, it's in the trade. Yeah, this is the one that we set up together. The retirement plan checked out, but this one's still working. 332. I'm going to open it on the other
Order
chart.
submitted.
So this is the correct chart here. So since we were going long right here, the retirement plan probably checked out around there at its $2,000 limit, but we still have this trade with this Apex account. See if we keep moving in our direction. Looks like she's slowing down a good bit, but we'll see. This one we're also moving our stop when we hit 80 ticks. So if it was going to get to $400, this stop should move up to, I think, 11 ticks also. Just so we all know, this is typical. Once something's doing good and you try to use it, it will do bad. It's like, it's a never-ending story, right? Chasing a ghost.
Order bill.
But we know that we've got the risk to reward set up in our favor if it takes a loss. Again, this is 46 to 180, so it's basically a 4 to 1 risk to reward ratio. So if we lose three and make the fourth trade, we'll still make just a little bit of money. If we lose four in a row, though, we're down and we're out for the day.
Order submitted.
And that discipline seems to work well too. So having the daily profit loss limit and then the daily profit target set up to your own reasonable values. If you lose that day, you lose half of what you make the next day. So as long as you can win every other day, you're making good money. Looks like we got another push, but again, we got a long ways to go here. This one's fresh, so it's starting out at 0. So anything in our direction is good for these $100,000 static drawdowns. Yeah, $2,000 a day times 10 accounts. Holy moly. 20 grand a day. Just one day. Just one day a month. One day every 2 months. That would be enough. So let's do that. Let's get a bunch of them going on one account and see if we can move the needle. Like the 2 minutes, the hot one today, so might as well get on the 2-minute train here. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll show, we'll get this one account set up. This one's my $300,000 account. I'll get this one set up with all the strategies, trading it. I was using the micros, but that's going to take too long. So we'll use the big ones.
Order bill.
All right, I'll do another one. So we'll just put a bunch of them on this one Apex account. So new strategy, and we'll go grab each of the named strategies and put them on that one account. Okay, so we'll do black gold. Down here, change the account. 330. Okay, good. Another one there. Yeah, so I don't know what the limit is of how many accounts you can have going on a computer, because I've probably had I've got about 40 right now. So I don't really know what the limit is. Okay, so just really kind of just getting the portfolio set up on a $300,000 Apex account. This $300,000 account has a $7,500 drawdown, so you can you can go in the whole 7,500 before it taps out and you lose it.
Order submitted.
Cash register, gold nugget. Let's get this one. Okay, have to get my best one working, the haymaker.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted.
Carlos, are you trading today? Got any Apex accounts working? Whoa, Johan, 20 accounts. Let's go. Someone's gonna make some moves.
Order submitted. Order filled.
All right, so 330. Oh, hold on, what am I doing? Load. I think the only one. Boy, the cash cow has not been doing good. I'm gonna forego that one. We're gonna set that one on the sidelines. I need to do some work on that one to get it profitable. The cash cow on my end has not been good lately. Now, I did see Suddy in Discord put that his is. I'll bring that over. His was up like 7,000 since we loaded it on his machine. And I don't know if he was manually trading it or not. I gotta think he was. Because mine's not at 7,000. I think Charles might get on his machine. Charles, if you're still listening, if you do jump on his machine, find out if he's manually trading that, would you? That would be really helpful to know. Dow Diamond. Let me make sure I didn't just create that. I did. I just had the wrong account here. All right, that trade's moving in our direction again. Let's go. Let me get this thing set up here. Let's check this trade out. Okay, so I've got 6 of our 7 named strategies set up here. Again, I forego the cash cow because it hasn't been doing good. So I want to just put that one on the sidelines for today. But we've got this trade going on right here. This is the... oh, shit. I accidentally hit a button. Darn it, when I was moving my mouse up... when I was moving my mouse up, I accidentally hit sell ask in the middle of that trade. Oh my gosh. All right, that trade's still on. It's still on. Oh no. What did I do? What did I do? Oh, I hit the darn button. Messed that trade up.
Order filled. Order filled.
Huh. Okay, it's the first time I've done that. I'm not sure what it's gonna do here. You would think it would still show the value, so I'm not sure. Let's see. Darn it. Need to do this.
Order filled.
Okay, darn it. I was worried about that. Okay, so when you do something like I did there to get this thing out of this trade, you know, unfortunately I've got to go to positions and find that trade, and I'm just going to close that trade. You know, there's a lot of ways to close that trade. You can do right click and flatten all, and it'll take that trade out, or you can go here, find that trade. It's on this account right here. I can right click on it, uh, close this position. It's going to disable the strategy, but it'll
Order filled.
it'll close that trade. And my mistake there. I when I was moving my mouse up, I accidentally hit my trigger finger, and it hit a sold ask right in the middle of that trade, which didn't go well. Haymaker's having another good run on this one right here. Haymaker.
Order submitted.
Wrong one. NQ 30 range Haymaker. Here we go.
Order submitted.
Okay, the Haymaker jumped in back here. Okay, we watched that trade a little bit.
Order filled.
1001. It jumped in at 17,987.25. It's been in for a while. This one's a 46 tick stop originally. Once it climbs up to 80 ticks, $400, it moves the stop up to 11, which is a $50 trade then. So let's try and hit up here. This is a $900 bogey up here.
Order filled. Order filled.
Come on. That was close.
Order filled. Order filled.
Woo!
Order filled.
All right. All right, having some good trades again. Yeah, the Haymaker last week crushed it for me too. I think I had the retirement plan at $2,600 for the week, and I had the Haymaker at $2,000. They're both starting really strong today.
Order submitted.
Okay. Yeah, Carlos didn't get any added yet today. Johan, on these 20 accounts, are you trading those live? Apex accounts or prop accounts? Take a look at market direction too. I haven't really looked at it. Kind of rolled in today and haven't messed around too much and looked around.
Order submitted.
If there's any news out there, guys, you said the housing news is coming in today. Any other news, just drop it in the chat for us so we can all kind of catch up on it. Or if there's a website that I can go that makes sense to look at, let me know what that would be. Looks like we're kind of in this 18,000 price range for quite a few days now. I think Thursday and Friday last week we were right around 18,000 too. So seems to be a number without real news. Probably going to hang around, I guess. So yeah, these risk to rewards that we have really help us in the long run. Okay, this drone's still in. I would have still been in on this trade if I didn't trip over my finger here. NQ 2 minute Signal A drone. Let's check it out.
Order filled.
That was our trade there. So the drones, I don't have breaking even at all. So they'll just they just stay static. They're really just flying wide open. That's why sometimes we'll see the drones make more money than the bots. For example, the bots are going to be more conservative than the drones. The idea is that they have a longer trajectory of profitability. The bots do. That's the idea. We've got them constrained to not go past the stops or targets that we have for the drones. So this is an example. We have these drones set up at, the stops are set on 50 ticks and the targets are set on 200 ticks. And the bot will take this trade data and interpolate it and try to set its stops and targets below these, trying to keep you away from the stop but get you into target range. So it's looking at the last trades and trying to predict where the best stops and targets would be for the next one. So we'll see drones do better than bots, because their stops and targets are much wider at some points. But that's what we'll kind of look at the data near the end of the week and see if we can start to see a trend where the bots are a little bit more conservative but consistent than the drones. Looks like a pivot just started here. A volume zone around 1840. Okay, the gold nugget's in on a trade here. Looks like it's trying to take a short. Got the red block here. That's how I tell if it's a long or short trade. The haymaker just jumped in. It was sensing that things are moving short for us.
Order submitted.
Well, yeah, the haymaker just got out. It was in this trade here. It took that long all the way up, and right away looked like market conditions changed. She was dropping. She jumped right in on us. We'll see if we can move it down into profitability here.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Wow, it caught this short earlier too. Look at that short entry. Boom, right there.
Order
Rode that thing down for its target here.
Order submitted.
It looks like it's had 2 winners today so far.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
By the look at the chart, this one looks like a pretty good trade. I see it coming back against us right now, but sure looks good. Okay, so me and Carlos's haymakers are on a different trigger. It looks like his was on a long. His made it to 580, and then it broke even at 11. So we're out of sync. It looks like. I even have two, like I said, three computers, and mine don't even stay in sync. It's kind of weird. Even sometimes I'll even have like an Apex account or whatever running on the Haymaker, and then the Haymaker running in Sim, and they'll end up at different points of trades where some maybe this one's in a long, that one's in a short or whatever. They get out of sync, and kind of looking under the hood of trying to figure that out of why, and it's like one or two ticks of difference of where they buy at. And one might make the target or whatever, or one might not, and or make a stop, stop out, and the other one might stay in. So that's how they end up getting off, from what I've seen.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
I haven't noticed volume yet today. Kind of curious here. I'm just kind of paying attention to it. The way we have this set up is it's just counting the number of contracts, and then at 1 minute we just recycle the number back to zero again. So kind of got to take a close look at it and see where it goes back to zero to know how many contracts are trading a minute. Okay, so wow, low volume. That's super low volume. A couple times, maybe not last week, the week before, we saw 10,000 contracts trading per minute. A good typical day is probably 3,000 trading a minute, 3 to 5.
Order submitted.
Today it looked like that was only at around 700.
Order filled. Order filled.
So 900. Okay, so maybe I saw that number wrong. It's obvious. Okay, so that one made it to about 1,200. So it seemed like the minute before it was around 700 or 800, and then that last minute was around 11 or 1,200 contracts trading per minute. That's a really low volume day, so today's kind of quiet. We do have a parameter in the settings that will restrict the robots from trading if you wanted to. I've kind of messed with it a little bit, but haven't really found a sweet spot yet, so I'm not using it as a filter, but it is a good idea, especially if you're trading at night where you really don't want to trade if maybe you're not getting at least 200 or 300 contracts trading a minute. So it'll keep you out of those trades. But we kind of have these times set up on these to where they're typically in at 9, between 9:30 and noon or so. So that's always the high volume times, no matter what. So I think that's kind of keeps us out of trouble.
Order submitted.
And the trouble that I've noticed when it gets to low volume is the prices, I'll say, are like spread it out more. So instead of getting the contract at a certain price, you might lose 2 or 3 ticks because it's they just not fluid enough. The NQ rarely has that problem because it's so liquid. You know, people are sitting on, you know, either side of the price
Order filled.
usually.
Order filled.
Okay, so the haymaker's sitting at 705. This 2-minute trade's still on. We would have still been in this one, I believe, with the account we set up together, but we got our 450, I think, and hit the door.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted.
Looks like kind of the lead dog is the retirement plan still, and it's out now for the day. It's at the $2,000 mark. Looks like it took 3 trades. 3 trades to hit its $2,000. What a lucky day for that retirement plan. 3 and done. Next one that's doing the next best is this again, another 2-minute a Signal A. This one's the drone. My machine, it's at 1400 or so. Third place is the NQ30 range Signal A AI drone. This one's at 1229 on my machine. And then the haymaker. Yeah, let's go, Rory Powers. And then this is the one that I muffed earlier, but we got 420 on that one. 420. Perfect time of the day for some people. 420. We've got this one. The YM is doing good. This one's pretty exciting for me because we kind of just pulled this one together recently. But it's sitting at 400.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
Looks like we've got a GC that's done okay already. A couple of trades this morning. This one's the Signal B. Our gold nugget runs on the Signal A, so that's the different trigger. We've got a couple of triggers that you can use. One is this modified Laguerre here, which we call the Signal A, and then once the Laguerre's tapped out, what I mean by that is it's pinned all the way to the top at 100 or all the way at 0. We send the other trigger, which is kind of more of a trend.
Order submitted.
More of a trend trigger than the Signal A is kind of a counter trend trigger.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
All right, Rory's got a couple of them crushing it. Same ones, I guess. That's great news. Okay, I think volume cranked up because my computer's over here. The fans seem to speed up when the volume speeds up, which is pretty cool. It's almost like a car. So now we're hitting 1400 contracts per minute. 15. Oh no, your haymaker got out of sync and it's down 830. But the drone is crushing it at 1500. Yeah, I'm excited to have so many strategies that we have to, work with and kind of sense of which ones are doing good and which ones aren't. I've had a bunch for a long time, so I've been doing this for a while. But I'm glad that we were able to get them to all you guys, and everybody's running the same exact portfolio now, which is really cool.
Order filled.
Okay, awesome. On my other machine, I had my live account, and looks like I had it set up on the NQ 2-minute signal A also, and I'm up 1,500 on that one. On the other account, the retirement plan's at $2,000, so it's done. So it's in line with this one. And the third place account is a 2-minute signal A I bought. Let's see where this one is.
Order filled.
Okay, so yeah, that's a pretty big difference between one machine to the other.
Order filled.
Here I've got a 2-minute signal AI bot. This one's at 1,400. Now this one I had running all morning, so this one's been running all morning. This one's at 1488. Again, I jumped on this R&D machine that we're watching here today. At around 8:30, I enabled them. So it was a little bit later than the other machine.
Order filled.
They're pretty close to being in line though.
Order filled.
Okay, so the haymaker took a loss there. Still at 475 for the day though. That would be a pretty nice day, especially if you stretched it out on 10 accounts. I laugh every time I think of that. $4,750. Let's do that. Let's get one going. Let me bring over the Replicanto. So the one that I have, a trade copier, is this. It's called Replicanto from Flowbots. A pretty simple little unit. What I do here is just pick the leader account. So the leader account that I want to run, give me a second, let's look here. So if I was a betting man, I probably would have put my money on the retirement plan now, but it's done for the day. So we can still create another retirement retirement plan and get it working. We can also, use some of these other ones too. Okay, one other thing to consider with the drones, I forgot to mention, this was only something that a few of us know so far, is the drones don't have any limits. So the only limit they have is their trading hours. They can run up the score, whatever it gets to during the session. We're not restricting the drones from trading, no matter what. So they'll go ahead and trade themselves all day through the session, and they'll never hit their profit target for the day or their loss limit for the day.
Order canceled.
We've got them just going non-stop, basically. The only thing that stops them is their times that they trade during the day. So these drones will go all day long. Now the bots, on the other hand, are controlled in the name strategies. So I think the hottest one is probably the 2-minute retirement plan or this 30 range. I like this one the best, so let's go with the 30 range Signal AI drone. So I'm just going to go find that account. NQ30 range, Signal A, AI drone. So I'm going to use that for the leader account. And now I can just pick some of these other accounts over here that I have to follow it. So we'll start here and we'll go 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so it says M and Q. Let me understand why that does that. M and Q. Why does it say that?
Order submitted.
I don't recall that it ever changing those to M and Q. Looks like it does. Let me check this strategy for some reason if
Order filled.
it's trading the M and Q. I don't believe it is. Let me see. What is this? Cross order. Oh, I was clicking the wrong place. This isn't where you turn it on. You turn it on over here. Okay. Yeah, I didn't ever see M and Q come up. Yeah, it shouldn't. So we'll do from 33. So we'll do 10 of them. So 10 of them will follow this drone right here. We'll see if we can move the needle on a few accounts. So that one is NQ30 range signal A, AI drone. Okay, so it's at 1,000 right now. And the differences in value from here to right here are the commissions. So it's made quite a few trades this morning. So you lose $4.12 per trade, or $4.82, one or the other. So about $5 a trade to make a trade. They call it a round trip, you know, to buy it and sell it, or sell it and buy it. So a round trip is $4.12, I think. So that's the difference. It's just that the commission's out of that value there. It always shows on this dashboard, you know, without commissions. So this 2 minutes been in this trade for a long time. Took its entry back here at 10 o'clock, 10:06. You know, you could take your, you know, money off the trade anytime by moving any of the stops or targets. The system's really flexible to be able to, you know, get yourself in a position. I don't move them on anything that I'm not trading on my live account. So anything that's in, you know, these are still in sim, so I don't mess with the stops or targets. That way, when we all look at the values at the end of the week, they're as close as they'll possibly be. Again, the biggest difference is if you look at your entry triggers, your buys, they're probably a few ticks off from what I am. So that changes significantly the output performance sometimes. So yeah, this is a version of the retirement plan.
Order filled.
Okay, so we're in on the one that we've got the 10 running. We're hoping for a short here. We know that price has been pushing up a lot though, so going short right now is probably not a great idea. I would prefer a long trade here.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Sometimes on these, when I feel like, you know, it's not gonna go short, I'll just take my my target up and try to get whatever it can give us here.
Order filled. Order filled.
You know, right now it's
Order
kind of
filled.
taking this,
Order filled.
kind of taking, you know,
Order filled.
lower
Order
highs, lower
submitted.
high, lower high, lower high. So, you know, it's definitely heading in that direction. Hmm. Looks like we took a short entry on this one as well. Actually same strategy. This one must have had a little different entry point though. So I'll look at that in a second. 18026. Again, this one's not gonna, in my mind, go, you know, too much lower. So let's just try to make a little bit on this trade. Anything long right here would be a great trade though. I think we'd bust right through that pivot. All right, price seems to be locked in at 1830, pretty tight. I'll add the 50 on here. I don't have the 50 line. I've got the 15, but I don't have the 50. Let's add that. That helps. It's a slower trend. Yeah, we're going north. Anybody out there, if you're making any money today, let us know in the chat. Or if you're getting whooped, let us know that too. They're both very important. They feel much different though.
Order filled.
All right, close that trade with a little bit of money there. This one's
Order
sitting at
filled.
235.
Order submitted.
Oh boy. It's trying to tell me something. Saying, I know you think we're going long, but we might be going short. So the 50 is really slowing down. Right here it turned to yellow, so that means that the last few prices have been slowing down quite a bit. So since 9:30, it looked like we were up here right around this range we are now. Had a pretty good sell-off right away. Stabilized and then was coming back, but maybe this is our break right here. Open up that one that we got trading those 10. That was the NQ30 range signal AI drone. YM 10 range. Wow, that 2 minute trade is still active. Almost an hour.
Order filled.
Definitely range bound for a little while here. See if we catch anything breaking out for us.
Order filled.
Oh, going in the wrong direction. Okay, we jumped in though on
Order filled.
the big one.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order filled. Order submitted.
This 50 is a tough one to trade right here. You know, we're really stuck at the same price for some extended period of time to make it change from green, red to yellow to green.
Order filled.
Picked me off there. This one entered over here. Still hanging around.
Order filled.
Okay, so price is dropping here. We picked that one off. Let's see if we can make that trade. Look like my the big one jumped in too. Got quite a few accounts running on this one right here, 10 of them. See if we can get that trade. That would be awesome. I think we took one loser already so far on that one. Probably about break even.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Looks like we jumped in a lot earlier on this one over here. We jumped in short entry right here on this candle. On the other
Order submitted.
the other one we were in a lot later because we were still in that long trade. So these two are kind of out of sync too.
Order submitted.
Oh wow, that YM hit that target. Short target YM 10 range. 10 range chart. So
Order filled.
wow. Holy moly. This thing's been in this trade for a while over here. So it hit the target down here, but it took that entry way up here. Short entry, it took that entry right here. It was in this trade for, well, since
Order filled.
946. So it was in that trade.
Order canceled. Order filled.
An hour.
Order filled.
Made that one for an hour. Whew.
Order filled. Order submitted.
Darn it, not a short day.
Order filled.
Not a short day. Better go long today. This one's on a long. Been in this long for an hour here. This 2 minute. Looks like we're at 275 in this one now. All right, that Dow Diamond, 580, about $800.
Order submitted. filled. Order submitted.
Still surviving. Wow. Came close there. Oof.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Looks like this NQ 2-minute signal A is going to be the hero after all, if it does get there.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted.
All right, we jumped in on along on this this account right here. See if we can move it. The needle here. Definitely range bound. Look at these pivots up here. Whew. Hard to break through those.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
A little slow right now. Hopefully we can keep this market moving. Hope all the money wasn't made already. Had a couple of good ones. A little bit of the surprise for me is the YM Dow Diamond. That one hit a really good trade earlier. Looks like a GC is doing good too, the Signal B. So the trending one.
Order filled.
Oh boy.
Order filled. submitted.
Okay, we're back in over here on the big one. We're at 18,000 again. Wonder what the S&P's at. ES. Let's look at that one. ES looks like it's at 5,092 right now.
Order filled. Order filled.
All right, this is our trade of the day. Good one to end on. Let's go. CTG, welcome aboard. Try to read your note here and see if we can. It's a problem that the machine language changing stops too close. NQ now 4 points. Stop loss, I would assume, is getting chopped up. NQ 30 range signal AI bot. Yeah, so what I've noticed is I was mentioning it to the team this morning. I didn't want to make any changes yet, but it looks obvious that we're going to set the parameters for the limits for the bots, the profit limits a lot higher because the algorithm is telling it to go so low, and that may be what you're pointing out to there. But it should still be the limit should be 4 points. Okay, so yeah, it is. It's 15 ticks is the lowest that it'll go. So we're gonna modify those soon. Just wanted to get a few days under our belt to see if there was anything else to learn before we send out any changes.
Order submitted. Order filled.
So a few of the bots are still hanging in there, but yeah, we'll take a look at those as the data gets accumulated. Again, it's a data. The more data you get, hopefully the better the output gets. So obviously our first day, all of us, because we all started from scratch on data. So we'll kind of let it slide for a few days here. If we see that it needs to be corrected, we'll go ahead and make an adjustment to the spreadsheet. Wow, this one survived that pullback still. This thing's been in the trade since 10:06. That's very unusual for an NQ. 10:06, 11:06, 11:30. It's about an hour and a half. This one's been in this trade. Again, if you're, right there at your machine, you probably might have took your target and went out probably already, I would have guessed. Be hard to stay in it this long. CTG, did your retirement plan in Haymaker do good earlier? Is your retirement plan out for the day? Did it make it to the profit target? No, my Haymaker was doing good, but now it's not. It was up, I think, about 600 or 700 earlier. Yeah, if we stay within these 50 points, we won't really make any money. Like you said, we'll just get chopped up, go up and down, and try to get in to think it's moving that direction, comes back other way, swing back. The only real way to protect yourself here is to reduce your stops and targets. What we can do is we can measure some of these moves and get you in a position to kind of set yourself up. So, for example, this red cross right here, if we would take this trade, this is a 2-minute. We do have enter on same bar, so you can't really tell where that would have taken the trade inside this candle. But what I tend to do is just assume worst case scenario and say at the bottom of the candle, we would have took that trade. Now, chances are we would have took it much earlier, but who knows? So this is like worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, that move made it 111 ticks. Realistically, it could have entered somewhere in the middle of the candle, somewhere around 120, 130. Best case scenario, 160. So that's the kind of moves that we've had as far as ticks go. So that would be a good indication that I would go change my settings for my profit target to something within the range of the market. So right now the market, that range was there, at least where we had a trigger. Here we would have tried to go long. We didn't end up going long. Let's see how much of a stop we would have had to stay in this trade though. That's always good to know. So again, worst case scenario,
Order submitted.
we would have took that trade way at the very top, and we would have had to handle so far a pullback in that range. So 85 ticks. Yeah, I'll never set a strategy up to take that much of a heat. That's one contract that's a 400 and
Order submitted.
about a little over $400 loss. So we don't take that kind of trades. Our stop losses are, the biggest one we have is a drone set at 50 ticks. It's still a $250 loss, so it's significant. But that one's set up with a 4-to-1, so that if it does make the trade, it's a $1,000 trade if it makes it. So that's what we do with the robots, is we try to get them set up with the risk to reward, heavily weighted in our favor, to where we can take 3 or 4 losses before we get a profitable trade and still make money on that day.
Order filled.
So I'm gonna go take a look at the settings in here and kind of see where it was trying to put my stops and targets to. It should show with the last settings of what it was trying to tell it at the last trade. So looks like mine was still just 49 ticks and 200. You guys should be able to do this as well. You should be able to right click on that strategy. Looks like CTG mentioned that if you don't mind, take a look just like I did here and kind of give me what you had for a stop and a target. Again, mine was looks like it was 49 and 200. I can kind of show the database and things like that too to see where that number comes from. But now here's what stopped mine. I had this. We want to change these. It's not enough room for this thing to really trade.
Order filled. Order filled.
So again, I'm going to keep everything the same today, but I do want to increase this loss limit. Again, it's a 46 or 50 tick stop, so it's $250, 2 trades, and it's down for the day. It's not really set up for that, so we'll let it slide for today and then make those recommendations near the end of the week. Just going to look at the settings for this. So this bot right here. Let me look at the Signal A AI drone, Signal A AI bot. So these are probably still the same. Data's all the same, so it's probably still taking the same trades and not giving it any adjustment. Kind of in a no money making zone here in this market, stuck right here. I think we'll go ahead and close down for the day. This is a little bit of a slow morning. Unfortunately, had a couple of them jump out off to the races, but the volume was real low. If you guys, oh geez, what was that? 600 contracts trading a minute right now. That's a very, very low number. Couple times last week and the week before, we saw 10,000 contracts trading a minute. A good volume for us is 3,000 contracts trading a minute at least. So when it gets a little slow like this, it is just a little bit of chop up and down, and these things aren't designed for that. They're designed for big moves. So it makes it a slower day and a little bit less fun for me. So this is this one's the NQ 2-minute Signal AI drone. It's been in this trade for an hour and a half now. It entered at 10 o'clock. 10:06, I believe. Yeah, still this trade. So the 2-minute entered this trade at 2 o'clock, and it's 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, sorry, 10 o'clock, and it's still kind of hanging around, trying to get its profit target up here. Again, a lofty goal. It's $1,000 trade, so it's trying to move up through this little pivot right here and see if it can get there.
Order filled.
Is this going to be the one that goes through? Looks like it. Ooh. All right, it made it higher than the last one did. Got a nice trend going for us now. See if this one can continue to hit this little target for us here. Been a long one.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Look like a good short trade coming up, maybe. We can drop the modified Laguerre signal right here through. Probably be a good trade short.
Order filled.
This and the retirement plan are very similar setups. Both of them are taking the signal A. The retirement plan has a little less risk, so its stops are at 46 and targets are at 180. This one's 50 tick stop and 200 tick target. So a little bit different trade management. Wouldn't be a bad day though if you only had one trade and it made $1,000. That'd be a great trade. I'd love that system. One trade, $1,000, and you're done. All right, come on. Tough day to watch today. Slow action. Trading's a real patience game, isn't it? I'm not that patient, so it's hard to sit back and relax and watch these. Especially this one been going for an hour and a half now. Entered this trade back here on this candle at 10:06. There she goes. Ooh, party time. Holy moly, what a trade. All right, so the 2-minute drone busted out 1755. Great day for the auto trader coming out of the box. Obviously have some things to look at and work on, but so far a decent day. Had the retirement plan come out with a $2,000, hit its limit to stop, which was awesome. Had the drone follow behind it, and then the next one looks like a YM. Signal AI bot. So it looks like the bot's coming out, and then the drone right there, same price. So the YM drone, and then the Dow Diamond. So it looks like it's in a trade, and all three of those look like they're still in a trade right now. So we'll kind of see how those shake out later in the day. But